Good evening, ghosties and ghoulies. Welcome back to the channel. It is time yet again for a pick a card reading. So this reading, whenever it finds you, will apply to this coming week. I usually put these out on Sunday, so for the next week, this is what you can expect. For those of you who haven't been here before, the way I do this is I will pull tokens, and each token will represent a certain card. So whatever token actually resonates with you, that'll be the card for you for this week. And I hope that these readings are finding you well and you're enjoying the sunshine. Let's have a look. Let's see what the first token is. Okay, you have the ship's wheel. This can be about travel, it can be about vacation. But the other thing that it can be about is about being the captain of your own ship and being the one that determines where that ship goes. So if you are kind of going through a period of feeling like you need more control of your life, or you need to be more directing in how the plans that you're making for the upcoming week, this might be your card. This can also be about vacation though, and it can be about things like going out on a wonderful sailing journey. It can be about that stuff as well. So it's not always about just the more personal meaning. Okay, so that's the first pile, the first card. The second card, you have the bottle opener. The bottle opener is a very interesting little token. It is about the sweetness of life. It's soda pop. So all things effervescent and light, and kind of opening up that kind of sparkly joy in your life. So for some of you, this might resonate in that aspect. So this will be interesting to see what the second card is. The third token. You have the pliers. The pliers are about forcing things into to do what you want them to do. So you use pliers to kind of force out nails or screws or anything at all, but forcing things to become untethered or come apart. So the pliers, it can be about that. It can be about things that you need to, or feeling like you need to force a situation, or need to force change, or need to apply force to something in order to make change happen. So if you're feeling that kind of pressure this week, this might be the card for you. All right, let's have a quick look at your cards and see what you have for this week. We are going to start with the beautiful ship's wheel. Again, this can be about travel, it can be about adventure, absolutely can be about adventure, but it also can be about determining your own path and being the captain of your own ship. So let's see what the card says for you this week. Okay, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, queens are protectors, providers, and nurturers. So that's what they do. They take care of other people, and they take care of the emotionality around situations and relationships. When it's in reverse, it can mean that some of you might be feeling like you're a little bit disconnected emotionally this week, or that your emotions are maybe a little bit down this week, or feeling a little bit untethered from emotionally this week. All that can be happening. The other thing that happens with the Queen of Cups and what they represent is not only the ability to dream, but the ability to make those dreams happen. For some of you this week, you might be feeling like, I really do want to captain my own ship and determine my own course, but for whatever reason, there seems to be some problems with it this week. You might find it emotionally difficult to do this week. And this might not be the week for kind of plotting your own course. It might be better to wait until there is a little bit more stability around you, or a little bit more clarity on what the emotional cost of doing this will be. So if you are planning any kind of really big adventures or really big changes to the plot that you've made for your life, this might not be the week to actually be enacting any of that. Maybe this is a contemplative week. Maybe this is a week where you're really kind of just letting yourself do some healing, do some rest, and reassess your emotional connection to the changes that you want to see coming. And try not to get frustrated with it this week, because not everything has to happen right away. Change will happen when it's meant to happen, and this isn't something that you can just force into being. It has to happen in its own good time. The winds will change at the times that they're meant to, and try not to get in your head about it, or to try not to get down emotionally about not seeing the change in the wind that you want, or not seeing the change in the direction that you want. Small course corrections can be the way through this week, and not putting so much pressure on yourself, okay? It's really important. You might be in a period of kind of a still wind, and they're not seeing much change this week, and that's okay. Sometimes we need those periods of rest to catch up emotionally to the changes that we're trying to make in our life. So try and use this week as that. The second is our bottle opener, which is all about letting some effervescence and lightness and sweetness into your life, and corking it and uncapping it, and so to speak, with the bottle opener. Let's have a look and see what your card says. Okay, I love this. This is beautiful. I do feel like there is a spiritual message that's coming through here. The Hierophant is about spiritual teachers. It's about spiritual connection to the divine, and it's about having deep spiritual connections to the divine and to the other side. It's also about having traditions around you and honoring the traditions around you. So for some of you, you might be finding that this week, the sweetness and light that you're finding around you, and that's bringing that kind of bubbly energy in, are the traditional things that you've been honoring in the past, or that you are choosing to honor now. So there might be traditions attached to what you're doing this week, and you're finding that they're fun and they're light, and they bring sweetness into your life with the bottle opener. There is a spiritual message coming on through here, though. I do feel like there is a spirit message from someone on the other side here, and they have a connection to someone here about the soda pop. And I'm not sure what it is about, but the feeling I'm getting around it, especially because we're going deeper into summer, I feel like there is a spiritual message or connection here for a specific person around a spirit that's coming through to remind you about summer and how it connects to the soda pop. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling glass bottles, and I'm feeling like soda bottle opening, or remember that summer, remember those summers, remember that sweetness of those summers that you had with that person. I do feel like there is a spiritual message in this, and it's coming through to remind you that you still have all this sweetness and all of these traditions from this relationship, and of this person that's passed. And just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. And it's about honoring that, especially just something around the summer. Soda pop in the summer, that feeling of like that kid-like energy that's happening here. So for someone out there, there might be a connection with the spirit, and they are coming through to let you know that they are still around, and that they're happy with how you're honoring their traditions. I love that for you. Beautiful energy. I love to see it. Very summery. And our third card is the Pliers, which is about forcing change, forcing situations, and getting to work. And oh, this is very interesting, because this is a card of work. It's the Three of Pentacles, which is about work, but it's about working not just for the material gain of it, but for the actual process of becoming a master of something, and trying to gain skills, and trying to gain in those ways. There's more to it than the material gain. It has to mean more than the money you're making. And I feel like for some of you, this week might be a little bit challenging. I think you are making gains. I think you are actually becoming a master of something this week. And I feel like you're forcing yourself. There's almost a sense with the Pliers of, you might have been a little bit stuck You might have been a little bit stuck in your forward momentum as far as your growth and kind of gaining mastery over something. And you might be finding that you're getting the tools, information, or people around you this week that are going to force that into change with the pliers. It's like, oh, I need this leverage. This is the leverage I need to actually move to the next higher level of skill or higher level of mastery of something this week. So don't be afraid to push forward a little bit or pull forward a little bit and force it a little bit this week. And that's not something I would normally say. Normally I'm pretty chill and laid back about these things and like everything happens in their time. But I think with the correct application of force this week, you can make some new breakthroughs and make some new changes. I love this. Don't be afraid to apply a little force to yourself or a little pressure to yourself. And perhaps the pressure is exactly what you need to move forward in your skills and mastery. Okay? So don't be afraid of it. Awesome. Okay, so those were your readings for this week, and I hope that the week is finding you very well and very happy. We are going into summer now, and I'm so excited. The return of the sun is always an exciting time. If this finds you and it's not that time of year, don't worry. The cards are still accurate to your journey. Time on the spiritual level doesn't work that way. So I hope you're staying happy, you're staying healthy. And until next time, don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night, because they're there in the light too. We'll see you soon. On the sand, where only fools and lovers stand, building their foundations in the tide. On the sand.